A very good evening, everyone. This is Ms. Indrakshi Bhattacharya from the Banking, Financial Services and Insurance Board of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Welcome everyone to this webinar on the topic Innovative Financial Solutions and Green Financing Role of CMAs. And we are really privileged to have with us as eminent speaker today, Dr. Jain Mukhopadhyay. He is a visiting professor, IIM Sambalpur, and an alumnus of IIT and IIM, and he is also an independent director in few companies. We welcome you, sir. We also welcome our chairman, sir, CMA Chitranjan Chattopadhyay, sir, our advisor of the BFSI board, CMA Partho Chaudhuri, sir, our additional director, secretary, and HOD of the BFSI board, CMA Dibyendu Roy, sir. I welcome all of you. So, just before we start, we are playing the Institute's anthem first, and then we will start our session.
असतु मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय.
So now I would request our chairman, sir, CMA Chitranjan Chattopadhyay, sir, to give his welcome address.
Thank you, Madam Indrakshi. Very respected today's speaker, a very knowledgeable personality. And I must say that he's in possession of IITs and IIMs. So naturally, it's a great privilege for us for this particular evening. He has kindly given his consent to be here. He's a Professor Jain Mukherjee. Friends, I just welcome him on behalf of all of you. My advisor to this BFSI board, CMA Partho Chaudhuri, is here, and all my BFSI team is here. But today is a very special day so far as the subtopics is concerned, and Professor Mukhopadhyay will be definitely deal with the many issues which would be of tremendous interest to you. And on behalf of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, I heartily welcome him. And that's a great, privilege for me also to be here with you. And when we are going to deal with innovative financial solutions and green financing, of course, the role of cost and management accountants. So this evening will be I think it will be a very brainstorming session for us. Friends, innovative financial solutions are critical for business to stay ahead of the curve and achieve their financial goals. Some examples of innovative financial solutions, as you already know, digital payments. This is a very important, today's in the digital transformations era. Digital payment system can improve efficiency, reduce costs, and enhance customer experience. Then another area is your fintech. Fintech solutions can provide alternative funding options, improve financial inclusions, and enhance financial stability. Of course, another area is blockchain technology. As we all CMAs are adapted to that, it can improve transparency, security, and efficiency in financial transactions. In other way, the green financing is a critical area that requires innovative financial solutions. Green financing refers to the financing of projects that have a positive impact on the environment, such as renewable energy. And these are all our Institute of Cost Accountants of India's one board is there, Sustainability Standard Board, which I was one of the founder member. And this board is really delving on the many issues on the sustainability, especially ESG course is also being there. And renewable energy, sustainable infrastructure, green bonds are all delved in very in depth in our institute through our SSB. Today's session from the BFSI board, we are doing this with an objective that all the members of our profession, they should understand how this is very much important, be a CMA, and what role they have and what role they can play, especially in innovative financial solution and green financing. We understand providing financial analysis is one of the important areas where CMA can provide. Then identifying funding options is also there. Developing financial strategies, ensuring transparency and accountability. All these roles are there. And as you all know, the Reserve Bank of India has come out with a disclosure framework, which is a draft on climate related financial risks. There we have got a lot of role to play. I request everybody to go through that circular also. It is already there. And recently on 7th May, Government of India, Ministry of Finance, Department of Economic Affairs has come out with a framework of India's climate finance taxonomy. That is also an excellent document. And that document we must peruse and we must have our proper findings on that. So with this, I think this is great occasion for us. And today, in conclusion, I can say that innovative financial solutions and green financing are critical areas that require the expertise of CMAs. And here today we'll be listening from none less than the doyen, one of the doyens, and we'll be definitely providing. I request you that your questions, whatever is there, you put in the chat box so that we can take up these questions with our very honorable speaker. And later on, definitely we shall be looking for his presence in our program physically also. With this, I welcome you all in this particular August evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our chairman, sir. So now I would request our advisor, CMA Partho Chaudhary, sir, to give his special address.
Thank you, Indrakshi madam. Namaskar to everybody. Respected chairman of BFSIB, CMA Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay, very respected professor, Dr. Mukhopadhyay, other officials from BSIB board, and of course the participants of this webinar. For me, it's a great privilege to get this opportunity to address the participants in this very important webinar on innovative financial solution and green financing, and also the role of our own members in this entire gamut. Chittaranjan sir has nicely summed up the background of this particular webinar, that how challenging it can turn out to be and how interesting it is. I just want to flag a few points in my this address, that the importance of green financing in our country is all very well known. Now we very well know that this is the most sustainable way of development in any country. Our government of India is putting a lot of importance on this, especially in the light of the Vikashit Bharat 2047 goal. A very challenging and demanding path is ahead of us to achieve that goal. As Chittaranjan sir correctly said, the regulator of the financial system, RBI, has acknowledged the importance of this and has already given necessary directions, and definitely I expect that more and more fine-tuning of those guidelines and directions will come, basically to handhold the institutions who are in the financial sector so that they can achieve this goal of green financing and consequent issues. Sir, we are very happy to have with us your immense knowledge on this issue, and being a very respected faculty of India's premier institutions. Sir, it is very interesting topic you have chosen. Financial innovation and green financing. as I walked in RBI, I consider it is a very fine balance between aggressive innovation and safety. I don't think that there is any hard and fast rule or there is any borderline. It always gets shifted. And we, along with the members and participants, I am also very keen, sir, to know that how we can innovate the financial process, financial goals, financial products, financial platforms to achieve the green financing without compromising the security of the participants. So we are very keen to learn from you based on your deep understanding of the issue, sir. I'm sure that the participant of this webinar will be immensely benefited with your address, sir, and I request each participant to actively engage in understanding and clarifying their doubts. I also thank BSF board for arranging such a seminar, because these are the seminars which are not easily organized in the financial sector, but it is a very much necessity. That's all from my side. Thank you very much for giving me your time. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Partho Choudhury, sir. Now I would have the privilege of introducing our speaker, Dr. Jane Mukhopadhyay, sir. Sir, he is an alumnus of IIT and IIM, UGC NET qualified and PhD in economics from the Jadavpur University. He has a professional experience of more than 39 years. Before coming to academics, he had 17 years of professional experience in industry with leading companies like VOC India, IBP Balmer and Lorry, Alganim, one of the largest companies in Kuwait. He was the Senior Vice President of SPEI Capital Markets. He has 20 years of experience in full-time teaching and has also been a visiting faculty at IIM Calcutta, IIFT Calcutta, IIM Rohtak, IIM Bodh Gaya, and IIM Ranchi. His areas of core competence are corporate finance, M&A, financial markets, investment banking and financial services, portfolio management, and evaluation. He was the founding faculty and professor of finance of Globseen Business School. He worked there for 12 years and became dean. He was also the professor at Army Institute of Management. He became professor and director of J.T. Birla Institute for 5 years and has played a transformational role in making it a much sought after institute. He has been a speaker at various seminars organized by the various chambers of commerce, CII, Institute of Company Secretaries, CMA, and many more. He has conducted corporate training for professionals of Tata Motors, M Junction, Lafarge, McNally Bharat, IBM, Cognizant Technologies, Titan Industries, and so on. Due to the excellent feedback, he had got repeat mandates. In the last 1 year, he was invited to moderate panel discussions at the IIT Bombay, XLRI, Army Institute, NIT Durgapur on FinTech, ESG and sustainability, etc. He is regularly invited by the Institute of Company Secretaries of India to address their final year CS students. He was also invited by a leading bank's Institute of Leadership to address senior managers on FinTech. Sir is an independent director of 4 companies, including independent director in the board of trustee company of a mutual fund. We welcome you, sir. It's really an immense pleasure for us to have you with us. So now I would request Dr. Jane Mukhopadhyay, sir, to give his address.
So good evening and namaskar to all of you. I'm really feeling very honored to be at this virtually at this institute. I don't know why, but I have a tremendous attachment mentally to this Institute of Cost and Management Accountants and with many CMAs whom I know personally. So at the outset, I will, I have got a PPT of about, I just checked about 144 slides, but we'll go through only a few slides because all of you know it. But I will first speak something extempo. So when you speak of this, at the outset, formally, I have to thank Mr. Indrakshi for a very nice introduction. And for our respected chairman, Mr. Chitranjan Chattopadhyay. This name, Mr. Chitranjan, is actually not very much known by the youngsters, but my father told me in the dinner table that how much sacrifice Deshbandhu Chitranjan had done. It is very unfortunate, Chitranjan sir, Partho sir, that people today accept a few names, they don't know anyone. But I know, so with a lot of reverence, I take your name. And my favorite role model in Mahabharat, people talk of Western books, but my favorite book is Mahabharat. I learned so much from there. And my favorite character is not anyone else but Partho. I thought, because of his focus, his diligence, he was the favorite of Pitama Bhishma. He was the favorite of Dronacharya. He was the favorite of Draupadi. And he was the favorite of Lord Krishna. So he must have had some extraordinary qualities. So we should all be like Partho. That is my thing, right? Now, let me start extempore and not looking at the presentation. Your institute prayer is very good. Now, one thing, this was like my school prayer also, but one point which I want to reiterate to all the CMAs here, it says Mritturmay Amritam Gamaya. So from death, let us go to the Amrit Lok. But the way the world is going, maybe Mr. Partho, Mr. Chitranjan, Dibyendu and me may just go about it. But I'm genuinely concerned about the deterioration. And I found Miss Indrakshi, me, and all of us drinking water many times. I don't think if this seminar Indrakshi was held 10 years back, we would need so much water. So it is, I also drank so much water, and I think all the participants are having water because, it is not about melting of ice or some satellite images. We can feel the weather becoming warmer and warmer. So it is not something theoretical. It is very unfortunate that the president of a leading country is not giving much importance to this thing. But I think it is for, it is not something, it will be basic sustainability, I think. So this prayer is very important. Let us go to Amritam Gamaya. For that, the green finance, green project, sustainability. And it's very nice that you have done this sustainability board, which is very important you have done. I'm also very happy that, the chairman is so much up to date. He's referring to 7th May circulars, So normally, and that to 2025, normally we all refer to 2-3 years old circulars. So you have to be really up to speed through that. And I feel that the role of central banks and scheduled commercial banks are very, very important because unlike Bengalis who don't understand, I am a Bengali who understand the value of money. Because without money, nothing will happen. And there is something called Shubh Labh. So I will want all the CMAs to think of Labh. Shubh Labh. That means you must make surplus in everything you do. So green finance has to be integrated in such a way so that, we are able to make profit. He also referred to this aggressive innovation and safety. Very, very important point. I noted it down. So there's no end to learning. So, I'm still noting it down. And I think, Dibyendu, I must request you that you must have it, we must have another session online or we will come to your institute where we should have a panel discussion maybe with Mr. Partho Chatterjee and, and we can tell us the central bank is a focus because, this is not normally available in the net. But until we don't give concessions in SLR, CRR, this is not on the net, I'm telling you extempore, that if you give concessions on the SLR, CRR to green finance, that will be the one way we can boost green finance. It has to be integrated, right? So this was some of my opening remarks, and I really am happy that I'm here, really feeling very good. So I'll share the presentation. I'm sure, Dibyendu, roughly how many people attending to it? Roughly, very roughly, approximately.
Sir, more than 100, 109 as at present.
Okay, that's good. So century, you hit a century in this hot weather. So I'm very happy.
Sir, it will enhance. It will enhance, sir.
No, it doesn't matter. No. I'm very happy with the 10 people. It doesn't matter. I was just asking him. What I wanted to say was that whether it's 10 or 100 is the same for us. I would say that people are at different stage of learning. Even 5 years back, I was not giving much to green finance. So I was thinking that Milton Friedman has said that the objectives to business is to maximize shareholders' wealth. And then as you become older and wiser, you think, no, it is maximize stakeholders' wealth in the long term. And when you want to maximize stakeholders in the long term, I normally ask in a class that suppose Dipendu, I want to ask someone any random one question. So how do I ask? Would you tell me the software? Suppose I just want to ask a question. How do I do that? Like the question is that when I say the aim of business is to maximize shareholders in the long term. By long term, I mean how many years? Can a participant answer that? By long term, I mean how much? How many years?
Yes, yes. By chat box, sir, they can answer in the chat.
Okay, and can I see the chatbot or it's in Q&A?
Yes,
Is
yes.
it? That's right. Okay.
Yeah, Q&A.
Okay. So Q&A. So participants, can you tell me when I mean long term, it is how much? So I give you 4 options: 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So Dibindu, has someone replied or not yet?
No, sir.
Sir, can you repeat the question again?
My question is, the aim of business is to maximize the shareholders' wealth, the stakeholders' wealth in the long term. When I say long term, I mean 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years. How much is long term as per you?
So we got some responses.
Acha, I cannot see. Can you see? Acha, how do I see that? I can see.
So
I cannot see.
you just click on the Q&A and browse downwards.
Oh, yes. Acha. It should be 20 years, anonymous. And this is CMA Rati Ram has said 20 years. Okay. Why the others are not participating? All of you must participate wholeheartedly, huh? Because there are no negative marks for wrong answers. But you know what I will announce is that I'm announcing that for the best Indrakshi is making notes. So the person who's come out with the best answers, I'm going to sponsor a Cadbury Silk, and that will be not e Cadbury. That will be hand over Indrakshi whenever the CMA person comes in the participant in the office. So I need wholehearted participation, right? Okay. Before we announce the winner, 20 years, 10 years, 20 years, 20 years. Okay. Mr. Anatha Ramalu has said more than 12 months in general. हमें अफसोस है CMA Anatha ये आंसर गलत है. 20 years is the highest you have got, but I did not give the correct answer because we are not playing Kaun Banega Crorepati. The answer is 100 years. If you have to think of your children and grandchildren. It should not be that we call it no Partho Chaudhary Company and sons and grandsons, you know. So it would be like Chaudhary and grandsons. That's how it should be. And only when you think of 100 years, you will not take any wrong decision. You'll always take decisions which are long-term good. It is all nonsense what this happening. These quarterly results are, you know, harming because, you know, it completely harming us because when you focus too much on the short term. So when you talk of green finance, it is basically a question of survival. So we have to move away from what Milton Friedman said. And that is how so my correct answer for all of you, Mr. Ramesha, 10 years is not correct, is 10 into 10, 100 years. Okay. Now let me share a formal presentation with you. Okay. Dibindu, we can see the presentation. All the participants can see the presentation. Okay. So most important thing in this is I see a lot of role of the CMAs because as I told you, I have a lot of respect and love for CMAs. So this is going to be the in thing. So the more you are able to go into the in thing, it will be better for you, right? Okay. Okay. Now my classes are very participative. So what is Acha, in the when the class is on, please don't look at Google. So if Dibendu, they cannot speak, na? They can only write, right? In the chat box, they
Right.
cannot speak.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Okay. Okay. Anyone, like we have this, anyone would say, what is green finance? Let's see. And let me ask Mr. Ramesha KNM. Mr. Ramesha, can you write for us what is green finance? Let's see. Dipstick survey. What is green finance? Though Mr. Partha Chaudhary and Mr. Chitranjan have already said something, let's see how much you remember. So Indrakshi, like you, I'm also drinking a lot of water. Yes. Yes. Or Abhijit Sarkar can write if he wants. Okay. Okay. So we haven't got any good answer which will get a Cadbury right now. Okay. So, Acha Dibendu, can you help me read out, because you know I'm having slightly sore throat. So Dibendu, can you read out this, please?
Green finance.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Green finance refers to providing financial funded projects, support for projects that have a positive impact on the assessment on the environment, such as renewable energy and sustainable agriculture, etc. It encompasses various financial products and services designed to promote environmentally friendly activities.
Yes. So basically, we are talking of financial support, not for any project, but only for those projects that will have a positive impact on the environment. And all of it we know, renewable energy is one thing, right? Buildings are nowadays called energy efficient, and agriculture has to be sustainable. So if you design innovative financial products, if the CMAs can design innovative financial products, so then you can be having a big career for you, right? So you can I put up the next slide, Maxim. Dibendu, you have moved to the next slide now. We can see the next slide, Maxim, right? The slide has moved, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It has
Yeah.
moved.
So basically, it is saying that we got this lovely earth from our ancestors, but the way we are spending the resources, we will have to, we should not borrow it from our children. So it should be our collective responsibility that we should leave behind a planet for future generations, and therefore we must not use natural resources irresponsibly. That is the main thing. So we have to use natural resources, but we should not use them irresponsibly. And when I was studying this, normally we wear shirts and we all buy lots of dresses. I did not even know that in this fashion industry, it's so much polluting. I did not even know that. So I think this is very important that we at least are aware that some of the industries are so much harmful and polluting. So basically, from 100 years from now, all of us who are attending this seminar today, none of us are going to be there. None of us. But we hope that the earth will be a much better place to live in. Acha, Dibendu, can you kindly read this? What is the green finance aims to? Dibendu,
so sir, I'm just reading it out, sir. That will be better for me.
Okay, please.
Green finance aims to, by integrating environmental, social, and governance, which is
Right.
ESG factors into financial decision making, Green finance aims to align economic growth with sustainability objectives. The expansion of green finance is driven by global initiatives like the Paris Agreement and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which is SDGs, as well as increasing regulatory pressures, investors' demand, and corporate sustainability. The emergence of green finance, driven by increasing awareness of climate change, regulatory frameworks, and investor demand for sustainable investments.
Okay. Now, this is something we can get from Google also. And I think I might have also got it from some public source only. But what is important here to be noted is that I've underlined, we have to integrate this into our decision making process. Because the aim of business is always profits, and there is nothing wrong about it. So if we do green finance and the corporate feels that, my profit is going down, then it will not happen. So then it will be only be in the board meetings we'll discuss about it, and it will not happen. So therefore, what I've underlined is that we need to integrate this particular thing into a decision making. Is it clear to everyone when I'm saying it is integrating? This is very important because is this clear or someone has a doubt? Basically, when I'm saying it has to be integrated into decision making, that means as a CMA, you have to ensure that never lose sight of profits, never lose sight of return on equity, return on capital employed. That is not changing because we're doing green finance. If green finance becomes expensive, then no company will do it. So is that clear, or is there any question on that? Or some of you will say that no, let it be costly, but we'll still do green finance. What's the opinion of the CMA participants here?
So we got some responses. I think many of them have written it is very clear. Yes.
Acha, I can see a few of them, like Akhilesh, I can see.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I cannot see everything, is it? I cannot see everything.
No. You can see everyone.
I can see Akhilesh Bhuchar.
All responses you can see.
Acha, I can only see his. Okay. Akhilesh, since you have been so nice to respond, I'm asking a question to you, Akhilesh. Suppose green finance is more expensive than conventional financing. Will it work or will it not work? Akhilesh, what's your take on that? No, Ratiram, my question is, if green finance is not at lower cost, suppose, then what happens? Then what happens? That is the question. Will it still work? And Akhilesh, you haven't replied. Has Akhilesh replied?
Yes. He has replied.
How come? Acha, yeah. I don't. Yeah. Gopal says it will still work, but maybe in long time. Yeah. So Gopal, may work. My humble view is that we have to find out an innovative way to make it more attractive. And that is where Mr. Partha Chaudhary's central bank's role will come in. Because Mr. Chitranjan sir is from the commercial bank, but the Reserve Bank will have to create that enabling environment in India So that's why we need a panel discussion. One from the central bank, one from the commercial bank, and one an independent person like me. Yeah, Mr. Gopal, unfortunately, you are a very idealistic person like me. It is saving the environment, but as you know, president of a very large, powerful country is not bothered about this, right? So it's a thing of great concern for us. I can move on from one slide to another slide very fast. But
Your sharing is off now, sir.
again off.
Yes.
Oh. Okay now.
Yes, it has come.
Okay. Very good. Acha, we have written things like there are many agreements and we have written only about the Paris Agreement. Now, without looking at Google, can someone just write without looking at Google? Now, we can use Google after the class is over. When you talk of Paris Agreement, which is like the backbone, what is the essence of Paris Agreement? Can someone write in one line? Any participant? There has been many things, but Paris Agreement remains. So Gopal, can you tell us why is Paris Agreement such important thing? Mr. Akhilesh Butcher has written temperature rise 1.5% yearly. This is a wrong answer, Akhilesh, and not only wrong, very much wrong. If temperature rises 1.5% every year, we will not be able to hold this seminar after 2 years or 3 years. So these are, Partho sir, Chitranja sir, these are very basic things, I can go through 100 slides, but until these basic things are not clear, and without looking at Google, because in the interview you do not look at Google, no? No interviewer will ask you to, and there are many young people like they have to be in the part of the career. So while all of us want to get very good jobs, but this has to be very clear to all of us. Akhilesh, do you understand why your answer is not correct? So whereas the figure was slightly correct, Dipendu, have you got any correct answer or not? So far, I cannot see any correct answer. Can you see any correct answer?
Uh, So one person, Lokesh Jesani, has written, the Paris Agreement is a legally binding international treaty on climate change.
Okay.
And someone has written, Paris Agreement is related to control the climate changes by 2030.
Okay, it is not unfortunately legally binding. That is also another problem. There is no legal binding if a country is not doing. So these are very basic things, and this is a question you may be asked in the interview, because you are here on an evening. If you're attending this seminar, I'm expecting that all of you are very motivated. And I'm a person, when I come and take a session, matlab, I must add tremendous value to his career. I'm not doing time pass with you. So basically, the correct answer is that there was a pre-industrial level and the temperature is going up. The temperature increase has to be restricted to well below 2 degrees centigrade. And the effort should be to limit it to 1.5 degree only. So it is not 1.5 degree every year. It is 1.5 degree above the pre-industrial level. Akhilesh, is it clear to you? Now are you clear? It is 1.5%, not every year. But it is 1.5% maximum above the pre-industrial level. And it is not legally binding. That is the saddest part, that it is not legally binding. We cannot do much. Akhilesh, if you say yes, I'll move on.
Yes, sir. Yes, he has already told yes.
Yes, said. That's good. Good.
Should we read?
So what? If you can, it'd be great.
Yeah, green finance aims to mobilize private and public capital through green bonds, carbon credits, and ESG-focused investment funds. Number 2, support innovation in green technologies by funding research, startups, and new business models that prioritize the sustainability. And third is ensure accountability and transparency in how funds are used and their environmental impact measured.
Okay. Now there are various points. We'll go basically not only private, you also have to mobilize public capital because the amount is very, very large. And green bonds are there, carbon credits are there. And there are lots of innovative green technologies coming up. So there should be incentive for that person to actually get financing for that. He should get priority financing for that. That is the whole idea. And the other thing, as you know, that someone can, say, I'm going to do green financing in my project, but ultimately he is diverting the money. So that is where I think the CMAs can play a very big role. That the money is not diverted away. That's why the CMAs play a very big role, right? So again, we come back, Chaitanya sir, to integrity.
Sir, Partha here, sir, permission to speak. The third point which you said about the accountability and end use, sir, your thought process, how we can ensure that? Because I feel you are absolutely right in saying that it is not, the money is not going where it is intended to go.
That is where my thought is that we have to need people like respect people like Chaitanya sir and Partha sir who have to have that integrity. And that's why the CMAs can play a very big role because, there'll be audits being done. And many times, as we know, in the last 50 years, there are so many frauds are happening because the auditor is hand in glove sometimes. Both the internal auditor and the external auditor is hand in glove. So we have to now develop a framework whereby the CMAs, let's say, have the power to certify it. So that if suppose there's a company called Chaudhary and Sons Electronic Sons, and there is 100 crores, and they say we are going to do it for renewable energy, but actually they're not doing it. So therefore, I see a lot of role for the CMAs here. Okay, I have said something about green bonds and green loans. These are two things which very favorite of the commercial bankers. Now, what's the difference between a green bond and a green loan? Can someone write in the chat box? What is the green? See, the why I am asking you to write in the chat box is because you will remember this much after the session is over. And when I say wrong answer, don't feel bad because this is not an interview. When I tell you wrong and then you correct yourself, you will remember it for a very long time. This session will be one of the sessions you're having. But my aim, Partho sir and Chitranja sir, is that it must leave a very positive long-term impact. One CMA should tell you, Partho sir, we have so many seminars, but sir, that day someone had come, I don't remember the name, sir, but green finance, he told me the answer is wrong. I felt very bad, but because he told it was wrong, I answered the answer correctly in the interview, Chitranja sir, and you'll be very happy to know, sir, I've got that job. You all are such senior people and you are attending it in the evening. You don't have any career, but the young boys and girls have a lot of career ahead of them. So don't mind if I say your answer is wrong. So has someone replied on green loan, green bonds?
Not yet. Not yet, sir.
Okay, never mind. So again, I see a lot of role where the CMAs can be involved in the treasury function because the green project has to be financed and therefore the company will have to raise what is called green bond. And also the commercial bank should be very happy to give green loans to you. So what's a green project? Anything which is going to help you in the reducing carbon and basically being help in sustainability. But only thing the commercial bank must be able to do it with a favorable terms for borrowers, right? And if mutual funds or the ETFs can invest in companies or assets meeting ESG standards, because every company, friends, one of the main thing, whereas you and I may be interested in something, your boss's boss, the CEO, one of the main KRAs for him is to make sure the share price of the listed company goes up. When will it go up? When more people are buying. Now, suppose your company as a CMA is doing green project. And let's say there is a ABC mutual fund, which is targeted as ABC Green Mutual Fund. And your job as a CMA is not only to be inward looking, to be in the plant or in the office, but if you can convey that message to your mutual fund or your prospective investor, then your job is done. I'm not doing a dipstick survey because I cannot see, but I want a quick question. I want a response since I'm very happy that Partho sir and Chitan sir are here. Oh, Partho sir and Chitan sir, as per your experience, are more CMAs interested in desk jobs, or they are more interested in jobs where they want to go out, they can meet an investor and try to get finance for them? What is the typical, Partho sir, what's a typical CMA like?
Sir, whatever I have interacted with, I can say with confidence that it entirely depends on the opportunity a CMA gets.
Okay.
I don't think that any CMA will ever shy away from a challenging assignment when there is a very defined purpose and the opportunity for him to contribute.
Okay,
This
Chittaranjan
is
sir.
my take.
No, ठीक है, Chittaranjan sir.
Sir, observations of our CMA Partha Chaudhary, I also concur with him, because in the commercial bank also we have seen the CMAs, they are more going into the intricacies of the project. And when the intricacies of the project is concerned, ESG is one of the most important. And you know that whenever a project is being appraised, first lot of scenario analysis has to be done by the and here actually this ESG matter, industry scenario, what is the plan for the companies in for the future expansion, and also what are the mitigation of the risk of environmental risk. It has all been there. Therefore, CMAs are really playing big role if they get the opportunity. That's the only
Now
what
I
our
will.
CMA Partha Chaudhary has told. That is a great thing.
Okay. Now I, as a non-CMA, will leave a very big advice as a well-wisher of all CMAs, that if we have two choice, one is intricately looking inside the project and one is going out and meeting the investor, please put that extra effort to be outward looking. Right? Am I clear what I'm saying?
Yes,
That
yes.
you tell your boss that I've the first 10 years I've looked into the project. Now I want to meet the banker. I want to be in the forefront. I want to go and meet Mr. Chittaranjan sir in State Bank. I want to meet Ajay sir in Bank of Baroda. I want to meet that gentleman in HDFC Bank. So I'm saying there are two roles. One is within the company and one is outside. So basically, I'm saying as a non-CMA, but as a well-wisher of CMAs, that prima facie, CMAs are considered inward looking. So this presentation, I want to make a big appeal to all of you that try to become outward looking. Chitan sir, is it correct? Do you agree with this?
Yeah, absolutely correct. Because unless until we go to the outside world, it is difficult to grab the opportunity also. I do agree on that.
So,
Sir, question answer has come already. Your
Achha,
answer has come.
what is the
Anybody has
answer?
responded to your question.
What is the answer? Achha. What is the
Someone
answer?
has told green bonds are securities carrying coupon rates for a fixed term and tradable. Green loans are meant to finance a specific project with conditions about sustainable projects.
Achha.
And another answer has come. Green bonds, debt security, public market availability. Green bond principle is applicable, having high transparency. This sort of responses are coming.
I saw. Now let me respond, Chitan sir.
Yeah.
Now this is this person is writing as anonymous. I don't know who is anonymous. He's written green bonds are securities carrying coupon rates for a fixed term and are tradable. Now, Mr. Anonymous, this I'm going to give 1 out of 10. The reason is we are having a, don't mind, Mr. Anonymous, don't mind. You have written, so I'm happy. But this seminar is on innovation. As soon as you say carrying coupon rates for a fixed term, your mind is blocked. As a CMA, what Partha sir, Chitan sir and I want is innovation. There should be no boundary. Shimar Mache Oshim to me. There should be no boundary. Don't go by this bookish definition. I will leave this, like everything, whatever I'm going to show will be available in the net. So I'm going to tell you something which is beyond the presentations. Don't go by this kind of bookish answer. If they ask you, how can I, Mr. Such and such, what is the way out to raise money? Flexibility, nothing fixed. Everything is flexible. That is what's the design about. That is what from fixed rate, you move on to floating rate. And because floating rate may not be thing, you might go for a swap because you don't want to take a risk. But it has to be a very, very unstructured in today's world. Before 91, it was about structuring. Today, it is what is innovation? Innovation means what Parthu sir, JNM sir has not told. Going beyond that. So don't put any boundary. Mr. Anonymous, I hope you are Parthu sir ठीक बोलेছি?
Yes.
Sir, perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
That is precisely the point. Flexibility sensitive to the market
Yes.
and the environment. Yes, sir. I fully agree.
Yes. Acha, we are in 2025 without looking at Google. When was the first bond issued in India? We are in 2025. So any guesses? Was it 2020, 2019, 2018? When was it? And who issued the first bonds? We should know history a little bit, not much, a little bit should know. And one homework I'm giving to all of you are going to Google about Deshbandhu Chitranjan. That is one homework I want to give to everyone because it is not fair that you don't know about this great man. চিত্রঞ্জন স্যার এরকম ভালো হোমওয়ার্ক কেউ দিয়েছে এখনো পর্যন্ত?
Really, this is, I have to go through the history definitely because already my name carries, I know my father also, as you have told, he has also told that why your name I have kept as because you try to be like that. That's the thing only, sir.
No, apni sir, you'll be shocked that the youngsters do not even know, except a few leaders they don't know, sir. The current class 12.
Yes, you are right, sir. You are very much right.
You will be shocked.
So coming back to this, coming back to your question, actually, I understand that this question, the first company which issued the green bond, right? You have mentioned in India or in the world.
No, in India. I'm talking about India now. India.
It has not yet come. Any questions has not yet come, sir.
Acha.
Let me see. Let me see.
Because I've written the answer. Yes Bank is not the greatest bank of India, but they were the first in 2015. So 10 years back, they are the first to issue green bonds. So this is a very good general knowledge thing that India 10 years back. Acha, one very interesting thing, this is, please don't look at Google, don't know cheating, participants, no negative marks.
Sir, one answer has come already.
Acha, is it?
Yes, Bank.
Yes, Bank. Yes.
Yes, Bank in 2015.
I think this was after I showed the slide, so we'll, it's okay. Acha, now, without looking at Google participants, I'm asking a very important question. India consumes, let's say, so many amount of energy, electrical energy. How much of the capacity approximately of India's electrical energy is from green energy sources? So please tell approximate answer. Is the question clear? How much percentage of the total capacity of electrical energy is from the green energy in India? And let's see the answers quick because we are also to cover. চিত্তরঞ্জন স্যার পিপিটি দেখা যাচ্ছে তো?
No, not yet visible. I think it has again been.
আচ্ছা কেন এটা হচ্ছে জানি? Okay. Now it's clear, na?
Yeah.
Yes, I want an answer in percentage. So Anonymous, Mr. Anonymous has said 10%. Very good answer. Quick, within 30 seconds, I want two, three more answers. Sachin Alwadi has said 70%. Sachin, wrong answer. Five more seconds. This is a good interview question for CMAs. Akhilesh has said less than 10% of total. Wrong answer, Akhilesh. हमें अफसोस है, आंसर गलत है. One or two people more, quick. 5 seconds left. Okay, Lokesh Kumar Jesani, you know, if so Anonymous has moved from Anonymous has said 10%. Now he's changed the answer to 40%.
I request all anonymous, please write your name. It's
Yeah,
not look nice. It doesn't
yeah.
look nice. Please put your name and your membership number if you have.
No, even if you don't write the membership number, yeah, you should feel proud.
Yeah.
Why should we be anonymous in a open seminar like this? Anyway, if I was asked this question, Partha to me, I would have answered 3 years back 15% or 10%. But the correct answer is it is about 45%. So what I want to tell is that India is making very good progress. I could not imagine, Chittranjan sir, that India's electrical energy capacity 45% up approximately is from renewable energy. However, because the capacity utilization is less, so in terms of generation, it may be around 25%. Now here again, the CMAs has a very big role because more and more solar project, wind project and all will come up. So, you know, we'll have this CMAs doing all the, as you said, the project integracies and all that. So Chittranjan sir, the CMAs have a very bright future because, you know, you'll have to find out the financial viability of these projects and the intricacies. So I see a lot of role as okay. Now, next question coming up on your computer screen. What is a masala bond? This is an interview question for you. So I am doing an interview format, question answers. So in 2 lines, if you can write what is a masala bond? Without looking at Google, of course. Has anyone replied so far on masala bond?
Not yet, sir. Not yet.
Not yet. But this is a very, very fair question. And Partha sir, if I was in the interview panel on green finance or anything, today a CMA is expected, like you said, read out na, ki 7th May this happened. So, you know, masala bond has happened in India long back. So, Chittranjan sir, once educated, well-educated CMA has to know. Now, friends, why I'm not putting up the slide?
Sir, now the answer has come.
Achha.
It is a rupee denominated bond. Somebody's telling to raise funds from financial investors. That way they have written.
Achha. Yeah. So why I'm not straight away putting, normally many people when they speak, they straight away give the answers. I am making you think. So the word masala is basically about Indian spices, right? So I'm not only telling you the answer, I'm telling you so that you remember the answer. So masala is about Indian spices. So that means when the Indian entity is raising currency abroad in foreign exchange, that will be a masala bond. But the problem with that is there will be a foreign exchange risk, because if the rupee today, the rupee was 70 rupees, so if you had raised at $1 equals 70 and the rupee has now moved to 85, then what will happen is for the issuer, he will have to have a foreign exchange risk. But what the masala bond is done is that the foreign exchange risk is being borne by the investor and not the issuer. This is innovation. Because if you are in a meeting and you are a CMA in a meeting and the boss will say, okay, let's go abroad and raise money because there's a lot of funds in Europe. Immediately the question will come is that who will take the foreign currency risk? And that CMA who is able to innovate and tell the boss in the meeting that, sir, will transfer the risk from the issuer to the investor. Then the CMA Partho sir sitting in Reserve Bank will say, go ahead. But if there's foreign exchange risk, Partho sir will say, let us hold. So if you are doing routine work, my dear CMA friends, your salary will be 1 lakh per month maximum. But if you are, taking advantage of this seminar and you are able to use, I'm changing your way of thinking. I'm not only giving you an answer, I'm actually changing your way of thinking. I'm making you a critical thinker. So basically the most important thing, it was first raised by International Finance Corporation and the currency risk was transferred to the issuer. Okay. So 2014, that is 10 years back. Then we had IFC and then HDFC also has raised. So it's a commercial bank, it has raised. Then NTPC is raised. So I'm going to talk about little bit about the NTPC Green Masala Bond. Okay. So that's 2016. So that's also about 10 years now. Okay, this is, can you see in the screen what I've written? Is it readable?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So please, participants, please go through it. There is no need to read out. Just read it read in your mind. You read yourself, please. So basically, NTPC being a public sector undertaking, and we thought that public sectors are not the most innovators, but they are the first. They raised 2,000 crores at 7.375% for 5 years. Now, what has to be done in innovation is, because the projects are having long tenure, your job as CMA is to try to raise funds for 10 years or 15 years. You have to go beyond what NTPC has done. And this was listed both on the London Stock Exchange and the Singapore Stock Exchange. So, my dear CMA friends, you should volunteer yourself. Sir, I want to go to London Stock Exchange and negotiate with them for the listing of the bond. Don't sit in the office. So not only you'll be doing the project work, you must volunteer that, sir, I want to go to Singapore. Don't tell ki, sir, my son is having class 10 exam. My daughter is having class 12 exam. You just go to Singapore, stay there and make the thing listed. That will give you much more thing, right? I made a summary of this. So what does NTPC receive? It is receiving it in rupees. The investors are paying that in dollars it will get converted at the foreign exchange rate then. But when the repayment happens, you are repaying the INR, and the USD equivalent of the INR is going to be paid back. So the foreign exchange risk will be borne by the investors and not NTPC. So Ritik Purohit, you have said NHI is also used. Where are you working, Ritik, now? Where are you working, Ritik? Are there any questions on the NTPC Masala bond?
Sir, Partha, you have permission to speak.
Yes, yes.
Sir, this structure which you have shown on the screen, the foreign exchange rate, foreign exchange fluctuation risk is on the investors. So considering this and today's condition in the foreign exchange market, how I can make it a very investable bond for a foreign investor who has a very clear perception about the external value of rupee, sir?
What is the question? Once again, please.
Question is, sir, how I can market it to a foreign investor where there is a clear perception of extreme fluctuation of the external value of rupee, that in a 5-year horizon, he will be interested in investing in this type of a bond, sir, where the risk is on him. What can be the strategy, sir?
No, there we have to tell him that since you are in the international center, so you will have to, we are as NTPC or Chaudhary and Sons, we are not going to bear the risk. So basically after 5 years, rupee from 85 can become 90 also, it can become 79 also. Both is possible. We cannot say it will depreciate only, it can become 79 rupees also. So in that case, the investor will win. And because now in the foreign exchange market, there is a lot of options for him to take a cover, a forward cover, swap and all that. So we'll tell him that is your homework. So you get your CMA to do the homework. We are going to find Chaudhary and Sons. We are going to invest this in, biomass fuel. So basically, we are going to do a good job. Our corporate governance is very good. So we are guaranteeing the return of the money, but we are not going to bear the risk. That is the marketing. That's where. So that is exactly what I'm saying, that the CMAs have two roles. So far, they have been confined to in the office role. The more interesting role will be if the CMAs can go outside and market the product. That is exactly what I'm saying. That is my humble view. So, so we are finding that the government of India is also raising money, and we are able to raise. There's a small graph I've got. Chaudhary sir, is the graph visible here? Okay. So
Yes.
if you, okay, just spend, participants, please spend 2 minutes on this graph. So we are able to see from this graph that the green bar is slightly lower than the gray bar. So that means the regular bond, say the green bond is more economical. So therefore, as CMA, you will have to have that, role to basically go for this. So just 1 minute. So you can see that Yes Bank, maybe because the rating was not that high, they were at 8.95%, but NTPC was at 7.38%. And Adani Green is able to raise at much lower rate. So this is the job of the CMAs, is that how to raise money at a lower and lower rate. Now I will discuss about some innovations in green finance, and I'm very happy that Partho sir and Chaitanya sir are very senior, but they're very up to date, I find. And they spoke about digi payments and fintech. Now fintech consumes a lot of energy, by the way. Yeah? So we digital payments are requiring a lot of energy. So again, it is important that we run the centers through green finance. Okay. Okay. Is it visible, Partho sir? Is it visible?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Can you read it mentally on your own?
Of course. First point is green bonds with smart contracts. Integrating blockchain-based smart contracts can enhance transparency and accountability. These smart contracts automatically track and verify the environmental impact of funded projects, ensuring compliance with sustainability targets. Example, the World Bank and the European Investment Bank have experienced with blockchain-based green bonds, which provide real-time tracking of fund usage.
So as you were saying about this, the AI and fintech and blockchains. So basically, when the investor is today giving you money, it will be through smart contracts. So that means how you're deploying the money and what impact your project is going to carry will be tracked real time. So this is so that you are not able, so that you do not divert the money. Is there a question on this slide? On this first, on innovation, on blockchains, using blockchains? Is it clear? So I will expect the CMAs to spend a lot of time in understanding the latest of AI and blockchain. It will be finance and technology. Don't think I did not know because I'm only at CMA. I only will think of finance. Today, technology is very important. So please revise. This seminar is going to get over in few minutes, but you need to take specialized certificate courses in blockchain. Is it not, Partho sir? That they have to get a very deep understanding that what's a smart contracts. In smart contract, what's happening is everything is becoming real time, and it can be monitored basically. Right?
Absolutely, sir. And that is the future processing in our financial sector also. This is the backbone it is going to be.
Yes.
For kind informations, we have an advanced certificate course on fintech, and also we are going to launch the AI certification course. Already we have got other courses, special say deployment system security audit and others. These are audit, but we have got our fintech. Yes, just now our Partho sir has just shown you. So we are already gearing up, but of course, today's session is really to that extent, it is giving an really a roadmap for our all participants, how to simply they should have the skill building, rather capacity building on these particular areas. That's a very important issue.
So I want to Manse congratulate your institute, because it's very forward looking. If you are doing fintech and other things already, because I think CMA would not have done this 25 years back. That is for sure. So that way, I think your institute has evolved much more. There's a lot of
Thank you, sir.
dynamism now. Because I
Thank
don't
you, sir.
think 25 years back it was moving at that pace. So if you are doing things, so my idea was that in my limited time, I want to create that spark of interest. Because everything is there. Whatever I will show, that is there today in the internet. So nothing new can be shown. But Acha, this you can see this slide, na? Sustainability linked loans also.
Yes.
So this we are saying that based on the company's environmental performance. So if the company, if you basically meet your targets, such as carbon reduction, then you are going to get lower interest rate. So this is very interesting that you take it, and if you are able to meet the target, it will be reduced. So nothing is fixed. And through the AI and the smart contract and blockchain, I can monitor Chaudhary and Sons and see that you have said you will do this, this, this. Are you doing it or not? So your rate of interest was 7.8%. But Chattawada says, no, you have done a very good work. So reduction by 0.25%. That is where the innovation has to come in. So if the CMAs are very confident, they say that, or let's say innovation. What is innovation? The CMA says the bond is for 5 years. But if I'm able to meet my sustainability targets, I'll get 1 more year to pay back the money. This has not been done ever. So then banker will say, sir, to kabhi hua nahi, it has never been done. So that is where the innovation is, the what you will do for the first time. So as Chitan sir is in the bank, I go to Chitan sir and say, sir, my bank loan is for 5 years. But you see, my project life is 7 years. So can you make it 7 years? And also, if I meet the target, will you reduce it by 0.25%? So this is innovation. Do you like, sir? Chitan sir, do you like this approach of mine?
Excellent.
And Partho sir, then I go to you and I say, like I'm Reliance, I go to you and sir, or if I'm, let's say, the Bank of Baroda or HDFC Bank, and I say, I want to do so much of green finance, but can you give me for this particular part, a reduction of the CRR and SLR only for this part? So that's a relief for me.
Absolutely,
this
sir.
is innovation.
Absolutely, sir. And the regulatory requirements must be customized, just like you said, a financial product must be customized and flexible, depending on the future, my performance, my company's performance. Sir, absolutely correct, sir. You are very correct in the very first when you said nothing is fixed.
Yeah.
Even the regulatory prescription should not be fixed.
And our CMAs, I'm telling my friends, CMAs friends who are in the seminar today, they have to change their mindset from being inward looking to volunteering to, no, I want to go to Bank of Baroda and I want to meet that banker and convince him. I want to go to HDFC Bank and convince him for the green loan. So not only I'll design the product, but I'll also go and market the product. That is what it is. So we have got about 5-6 minutes left. So there's a there's a warning come, 5 minutes left in a meeting. So I would like that if there's some questions, and not only I will answer, because they're very erudite, Partho sir, Chitan sir, they will also add in. So I want the young CMAs to tell first of all to give a marks. I like to get marks out of 10. Learning wise, interesting wise, was it 9 on 10, 8 on 10, 7 on 10? So quickly give a marks and your question to the panel. Let's see. Quick, 30 seconds. Has someone replied or not yet?
So you got one answer, I think. So you got.
Sir, we have got
100%.
answer. We have got answer. At least two of the response we have received. One is 7 out of 10. Other is 10 out of 10.
That is
Sir,
called
9.5 from my side, sir.
wow.
Yes.
That is the Akhilesh is Akhilesh is also given. So Akhilesh, I hope no one has when I said like this, you should not mind. Huh? I'm sure Akhilesh has not minded.
Sir, one question has come, sir.
What is it?
That the interest rate concession due to environmental performance is normally from profits of the financing institute, or it is subsidized by government also.
Yeah, ideally the government should finance, but the government is moving away. So they might be able to raise sovereign bonds for green this thing, but I don't think if NTPC or ABC Limited does a thing, the government will not get involved in that at all. Is it not, Partha sir? Government will not get involved. They will raise sovereign funds and deploy it. But otherwise, to no individual corporate, Chitranja sir, I don't think the government will get involved, right?
No, sir. Any direct or indirect subsidy in any form, I don't think the government will be interested in.
Yeah, I agree.
That is basically what my understanding is.
Yeah. So, my friend Ratiram, you have to, as a CMA, see how to make through innovation. You have to structure the bond, structure in such a way so that you are able to raise it long term and link it up with your performance. So that when everyone likes a good performance, if I am giving to Chaudhary and Sons, if I see good performance, I will be basically be happy as a banker. I'm very happy to give at a lower rate. Any other questions? Chitranja sir, you're on mute.
Sir, since this program is going on in that question answer mode, we have to address one issue, which is of course not related to this
Okay.
our discussions, but she is having some problem. He has asked
Who is
that,
that?
I request our HOD to please later on that what happens to. I think this is a problem for her. Why is the chat window disabled in my screen, and how do I enable it so I can participate in the interactions?
Oh.
CMA CMA Janandan. Sir, actually, this I think this can be sorted out from your end, because here we are all having our continuous, question answers, chatbots we are getting from many participants are asking questions, and we are just our honorable speaker is just discussing all these points. So therefore, my request to you, kindly keep your set your whatever through. I think you are doing from your laptop or any desktop. Just check it. It is nothing to do with our from our end.
Exactly.
Thank you,
Very
sir.
correct. No, very good. Acha, we'll try to address, and I think I'll ask Parthu sir, Chitan will also add on. Very, very good question, Ritik. Very good question. How to convince stakeholders to involve into green financing?
Yes.
This is Ritik. Ritik, this is a very, very good question, and this is where the CMA's role is coming in. If you want your salary to go to 5 lakhs per month, 7 lakhs per month, there is a very, very large set of investors among generation Y, also among Partho sir and Chitan sir and my generation, who are very, very concerned about the environment. There are large institutions which are actually who have separate funds for that. So they are already convinced. What you have to do is you have to try to see and get it at a lower coupon. That is the challenge for you. There is a huge corpus of fund. How much have we tapped in the last 2 years? Very little. So there's an ocean. So Ritik, your question is good. And you have to now be the person who will not be internal looking, but going outside to convince the stakeholders. Anything else from Partho sir or Chaitanya sir?
Yes, sir. Actually, in my opinion, of course, the awareness is one of the most important, no doubt about that. And I think when our CMAs, they should also be very much equipped with all nitty-gritties of this particular ESG, environment, social, and governance, where green financing is also another area where climate finance and others. That's why nowadays many literatures are available, many books are available. I can show one book. This is a very excellent book. I remember I can show everybody if anybody can see it. This book is Introduction to Sustainability. And here you can get many practices adopted by other countries besides India. So here, this green financing and what strategies to be measured, had to be adopted, and how you can really be the winner in your company or in your corporates or in your working field. I think it requires a lot of association you must have, and you have to go directly with your all sort of knowledge to the stakeholders also. Stakeholders means already it has been discussed here. We have to do like that.
Sir, I agree with what Chittaranjan sir has said, and I think what CMS need to do is to create financial product.
Yes.
The end use of it will be the green finance, and the face of it will be a very economically viable product to invest. My take will be on that, sir.
So we come to the end of today's
Yes.
session. I really had a very, very enjoyable time myself. And from the heart of my heart, I want to thank two very senior respected people like Mr. Partha and Mr. Chitranjan, who stayed throughout the session. I thought they'll be there for only for the first 5 minutes and then they will go away because they are family men. And I thought they will go away, but they have stayed throughout. So Dibyendu, that is, you must organize a meeting, physical meeting with them, because I want to hand over some chocolates to them also.
Thank you. So it's our responsibility to hand over chocolate to you also, because you have not such a nice way of conducting this. This is the first time we are conducting such webinar, interactive webinar. Very frankly speaking, because through you have rather, I should say, you have given some tips to the all participants. So please put your questions, and you see how many questions have come, how many responses they have made. Really, we are thankful to all the attendees here. And definitely it's a food for thought, how we can really go with this, because today the number of participants there, we can also had some program in the Microsoft Team Meet. We have not done Microsoft Team Meet. We have done all the Microsoft Team or webinars and events. So next time, sir, we'll be looking forward. I request our HOD also to explore the probability of holding this program in a Microsoft Team where the people can also participate orally, because I understand many Many attendees, they wanted to speak something, but they couldn't. So that's why they have put their chat box. But I am surely this is going to be a good beginning for ourselves also. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your.
Dipendu, I also want to thank you because you are the one who identified me and got me here. And Indrakshi, I have not met you, but it has been a pleasure seeing you digitally.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sir.
Dipendu, can I have 1 minute to speak?
Yes, yes.
Sir, thank you so much. Such a refreshing presentation and refreshing dialogue. Exactly, you have told what a CMA should think. And that is far more than what we are doing in a routine manner. We must come out of our fixed mindset, look into the surrounding and present our organization with the most feasible solution, which is environment friendly. Thank you very much for this presentation. It's a wonderful presentation, sir. Thank you.
There was a genuine desire to do good to the CMAs. That was a genuine desire. More than green finance.
Thank you so much, Jane Mukhopadhyay sir, for really such a wonderful and interactive presentation today. And participants, they have interacted so well. And as Sir has said, Chairman Sir has said, it's the first time that the participants have reacted so well today. Thank you so much. So now I would request CMA Dibyendu Roy sir. He is Additional Director, Secretary, and HOD of our BFSI board to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Indrakshi. I think today we are also happy that not only few days back we had Buddha Purnima, and the best webinar could have been after this Buddha Purnima. Sir has taken the leave from that. We have got a lot of food for thought, and the way he explained things, I thank Mukhopadhyay sir. Sir was our student in SSB batch 2. And I think maybe it was we had the stroke of luck to meet him online, and then sir has come to our rescue and taking this webinar, making such interesting takeaways for today's and innovative. The topic was innovative, but he has made it innovative, and I thank wholeheartedly. Sir, in spite of your busy schedule, I know, sir, you are very busy. You are doing a lot of activities, and I thank wholeheartedly. Physically, we will do an event where you will be coming to our institute. And I request Partho sir also to be there in that forum, because I think that Jugalbandi we require from both of you. And Chittaranjan sir, I thank wholeheartedly for being today's comparer in that way. You have helped us in making this webinar a very interesting one. And I also thank our President, Vice President, our BFSI board members for their continuous support. We also thank our IT department, CPT department, and other departments for enabling today's webinar. We thank our BFSI team members, especially Indrakshi, for supporting the webinar beyond office hours. And
yeah, much beyond office hours.
yes, and she is writing the exams also. I have taken a leeway from her precious time. I thank you, Indrakshi, from the core of our heart. We request all to join our 62nd NCMAC scheduled at Bhubaneswar from 23rd to 25th May. It is an annual event, and I request all the members to attend this event for networking and also showing our strength as CMAs.
No, I thought Dibendu was saying, Indrakshi, that now please let us join for dinner. I thought he was saying that.
Yes, sir.
Digitally, innovation will be a virtual dinner.
Yes.
I thank everybody for being a patient hearing, especially the audience. You have given so many answers. I think 185 in our chat line it has come. I thank you wholeheartedly. And with this, we close today's session. Good night to all.
We'll meet again.
Definitely.
God willing.